Hey guys, today I'm going to be checking out True Detective, and I am pumped. Let's get right into it. Here we go. Episode 1, True Detective. Okay. Kind of sounds western-y from the song. Okay, I really don't know what to expect. True Detective. It's going to start off with the crime.
Well, you don't pick your parents and you don't pick your partner. They used to call him the tax man for a while.
His partner?
He come out of Texas, so nobody knew him. Seemed a bit raw bone to me. That's what you all want to hear about, right? Dora Lang, Kids in the Woods.
Yeah, sure.
When we finally got him over to the house, when that case was hot, it looked like he was on his way to the firing squad.
Is this Matthew McConaughey?
The Echo Ritual.
Oof. He looks rough.
Hold off on Can't do that here.
Whoa.
You want to hear this or not?
Look at all those old computers. Oh my god, we had that mug at my mom's house.
I'd been on the job about 3 months till the end. 2 previous cases. On January the 3rd, my daughter's birthday. I remember.
Whatever this crime is really messed him up, it seems like. Uh-oh. This isn't gonna be good. Yeah, look how rough he looks in the future, and then you go back, he looked normal, like a normal dude. Oh my god. Does she have antlers on? Yikes. Ugh.
Them symbols is satanic.
We're gonna need more men. Set up a perimeter wide as possible.
It's just hard to look at.
Tell me what you see.
Yeah, explain something.
Multiple shallow stab wounds to the abdomen. Lividity at the shoulders, thighs, and torso. She'd been on her back a while before he moved her.
A smart guy who's steady is hard to find. I was all right. You know, I knew how to talk to people, but he was smart.
It's fantasy enactment, fetishization, iconography.
Yeah.
Cold sores, gumline recession, decent odds she was a prost. This idea goes way back with him.
Yeah, there's definitely some thought put into this.
Books on jumping to conclusions.
Oh, what do you think happened, Woody?
Wait and see on the ID. This kind of thing does not happen in a vacuum.
Meaning?
I guarantee this wasn't his first.
I mean, he looks like a pro.
Listen, this is a stupid time to mention this, but you gotta come to dinner. Can't put Maggie off anymore, so you just gotta.
Wives. Insisting on the dinners.
All right. He decided it was a good time to invite me over for dinner, which I got a problem with.
Why?
Now it's my daughter's birthday, and I know there's nothing I can do about it. I'm gonna have a drink.
Okay, so he's trying not to drink. He's an alcoholic. Oh. Sure looks like he had a drink.
You're Christian, yeah?
No.
So what do you believe?
I believe that people shouldn't talk about this type of shit at work.
Oh, that's probably pretty fair, but he's just trying to talk to him.
Do me a courtesy, okay? I'm not trying to convert you.
In philosophical terms, I'm what's called a pessimist.
I would say so, yeah.
I think human consciousness is a tragic misstep in evolution. We are creatures that should not exist.
That sounds god f***ing awful, Russ. I wouldn't go around spouting that shit I was you.
I mean, I would like to have a conversation with him, even if he's a little dark.
You asked.
Yeah, and
You did ask.
let's make the car a place of silent reflection.
What should I bring for dinner?
A bottle of wine would be nice.
I don't drink.
Oh, no, of course not, Russ. Listen, when you're at my house, I want you to chill. Don't even mention any of that.
I wonder if he can, like, turn on the charm, though. I don't really see that in him just yet. He seems like a dark guy.
She had antlers.
I like that guy. He's in Veep. I really love that show.
We're gonna have to do a press conference. What about him? What do you think?
I don't think he'd be great in a press conference.
Doesn't care about making friends. He's already running with it. He's got a real mind for it.
So you'd keep him on it.
Both of us, yeah, I would.
You're still lead, and you do the briefing tomorrow.
Good call.
Do you mind if I skate? I got some names from Vice, Frost Farms. Check around R&DB.
You go ahead, I'll take care of the paperwork.
Evening, ladies. Just hoping to ask y'all a few questions. Looking to get some information on a woman. How do you know her?
We'll take 2 large Long Island iced teas, please.
Long Island iced teas are so gross. They have every alcohol in them. It would be so hard to see like terrible crimes and then just go home and try and be with your family. That would be so hard.
Either one of you know a woman about your age, 5'5", blonde.
Gee, I don't know. We see a lot of girls like that around.
Yeah, that's pretty generic.
Annette, go get a couple more drinks from the bar.
All right.
What do you think? Does this girl know something?
Yeah, you get pills pretty easy. Relax. I want some.
Speed.
No, Quaaludes. I don't sleep.
Hey, Lone Ranger. Why'd you come to bed?
Caught up a bad one yesterday. Just couldn't sleep.
It's the worst when you fall asleep in a chair.
Prince came back. Dora Kelly Lang, prize for shoplifting, solicitation. She's got an ex-Charlie Lang who's doing 8 in Avoyles. Mom's outside of Broke Bridge.
She was washed clean, not a print on her. Hadn't eaten in a day, maybe more.
So she was drugged, bound, tortured, strangled, posed out there.
Yikes. He is so serious. Oh no. Did he hallucinate her or was she really standing there? Because if so, they should probably stop and check on her.
You believe in ghosts?
Is that his daughter? I keep thinking, I wonder if she's dead. Oh no.
You happen to hear anything out of the ordinary? Not bad.
No. Sometimes they dove hunt out there. They found a woman.
Is it the Fond No Girl?
Why would you ask that?
Went missing around here years back. Just thought maybe it's her.
You know where the family lives?
They had a place a couple streets down.
Did you know the Fontenot girl? One went missing.
Is that the girl? Oh, no.
No, sir.
It's not the girl, but is it related somehow? It's odd.
Maybe this have something to do with those cats? Somebody caught them up, turned the insides out, and nailed them to the front door twice.
Yeah, it probably does.
Any of these look familiar to you?
Now, that looked like something my old auntie taught us how to name. Old auntie told us that they were devil nets.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Let's talk about your ex, Dora Lang.
What she said I done now.
How'd y'all meet?
Growed up together, dropped out same time.
She called up here for you not too long ago.
I mean, she couldn't help me anyway, man. She's all fucked up. She ain't make no fucking sense.
What you mean she didn't make sense?
Hi, yeah. She's gonna become a nun.
There's all these religious overtones.
She met a king.
Crown.
You want to talk the whole case through?
Whole story from your end. Like he said, files got ruined. Hurricane Rita.
Okay, so the files got ruined. Is that the only reason that they're doing all this?
This is about something else.
Yeah, what?
Or Lake Charles, maybe?
You know anything about that?
Yeah, let me see what you got.
Well, let's hear your story first.
He's not gonna tell him anything.
You gotta get a mood on before you visit my family.
I didn't mean to. Checking on to see how I ended up hanging around a bar.
Try to make 10 minutes of conversation.
No, let him go home.
I'll call Chris or somebody. Get you out of here.
Yeah, get him out of there. Be polite, don't say anything, really.
Marty says you're from Texas.
South Texas. I grew up in Alaska.
Oh, be right back.
You're not married?
Once.
Yeah, what happened? Something bad happened.
Hey, thanks for the page. Yeah, well, he'll appreciate it.
Children?
One. She passed. Marriage didn't last long after that.
Kristen was on the phone for you.
Excuse me.
Of course.
Yeah, I knew his daughter passed. Nobody's the same after something like that.
What was that?
That's some details on the CI. Thank you for dinner, Maggie. This looks great.
So you need to go or what?
No, there's nothing. Can't wait till tomorrow. Marty, I saw you able in there. You fly fish?
A little bit.
Oh, he's pissed. Should have taken that ride home, man.
I worked with Russ Cole for 7 years. People change.
You stay in touch?
No.
So they're not partners anymore?
But why am I talking about dinner? What's going on?
Yeah, did he do something? Did Cole do something?
You guys can the bars pretty good today.
What you do your own fucking leg work?
Jesus, no one likes him.
Say it again with me.
He doesn't get along with anyone.
What about you two? Did you get anything today?
Not much, sir.
Reverend Tuttle runs our statewide charity drive.
Oh, I know that guy from something too, and he always plays like a really slimy guy.
We've been discussing the viability of a task force.
Really?
Yes.
Everybody hates him.
There is a war happening.
Thank you for doing your part.
I don't trust him. I don't know.
Is that the,
The depositions.
Oh, great. Let's just find a place to talk.
They have a weird dynamic, like they might be hooking up.
Your victim was Dora Lang, but you all checked on Marie Fontenot. Why?
Yeah, why?
And I'll call it intuition.
It must have been intuition, because I don't see how the two are related.
This man's a detective with the police.
We wanted to ask you about your niece, Marie.
How much could you put on one family? We try to get by.
Did you know Marie's birth father?
Lynn Stokes was her daddy.
We had heard that Marie ran off with him and she wasn't really missing.
Is that true?
Marie must have loved it here.
Danny loved her so much. She played here all the time.
What did he find? What did he find?
Inside on the floor on the right.
What? What is it? Blood?
I haven't looked in there since the police first came.
Uh-oh.
Can you tell us anything about that, Mr. Cole?
Yeah, it looks a lot like the one from 95.
My question is,
How could it be him if we already caught him in 95? How indeed, detectives?
I figured you'd be the one to know.
So they caught someone in 95, but it's not the right guy.
And start asking the right f***ing questions.
Like what? Okay guys, well that was the first episode of True Detective, and I liked it. It's making me think a lot. I really liked both Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. I thought they were both great, especially Matthew McConaughey. I have a lot of questions about him. I really like Matthew McConaughey's like extended monologues, you know, waxing philosophical. I'm really into that. I really like the time aspect in this too. It makes it extra interesting that they're in the future talking about the past, and they made a mistake in the past. They obviously got the wrong guy. And I'm wondering, the tone of Woody Harrelson's interview with the police in the present day seems a lot different than the tone of Matthew McConaughey's interview with the cops, which makes me wonder if they think Matthew McConaughey is a suspect. They're focusing a lot on his character too, like what kind of man he is, how he was at dinner. I'm just wondering if they suspect him for this new crime that's come up that's a lot like the old crime in 95. It wouldn't be shocking now that I think about it, because he is such a strange guy, very thoughtful, very meticulous. He seems to know a lot about the crime and, you know, the symbolism behind it and all of that. So I suppose if it was him, that would kind of make sense, but I hope it's not him. Yeah, it was a really solid first episode. I think maybe some people would think the pace is pretty slow, but I liked it. I thought it was really building tension, giving you the feel of that, you know, slow town, Louisiana vibe. I really liked the dynamic between the two leads too. I thought they were both excellent. And I'm wondering if Woody Harrelson is as squeaky clean as he seems. He had sort of a weird vibe with that girl that came to see him. I'm interested to see, like, they must have had a falling out. I think this one's going to be a real thinker. Today we're going to be checking out the second episode of True Detective. I can't stop thinking about this show, and I've only seen one episode. I have so many questions. I'm going to get right into the second episode. Here we go.
About that sculpture thing.
Yeah, nobody knew why that thing was in the playhouse.
Yeah, what is this thing?
Maybe it was something she made in school.
They think the kid made it?
Like someone's having a conversation, you know.
Do you remember the last time you saw your daughter?
We saw it on TV. Pray for that woman's family, and it's me.
What about her father? Did they have a relationship?
Why wouldn't a father bathe his own child?
We were just wondering how they got on, ma'am.
More religious symbolism. Were they wearing hoods?
She came by not too long ago. Said she'd been going to church.
Do you remember where that church was?
No. Ow. How very full of grease.
Oh God, she's troubled.
These headaches like storms. I worked in dry cleaning for 20 years. That's what's wrong with my nails.
This show's interesting, and it puts all these little details in, and I don't know if they're important or not.
Talk to the victim's friend next, I believe.
I thought maybe she'd gotten into something, like gaming again. She says she found a church, but
So she's found a king and a church. That's the second time we've heard about a church.
You know where she might have been staying?
she mentioned someplace like around Spanish Lake, shelter. Girls used to stay there.
And you were for dinner. Why didn't you leave?
Yes, why didn't you?
I guess I'd sobered up a little.
Bull.
Besides, it wasn't as bad as I thought.
Oh, he liked it.
I was married, Marty. We had a baby girl. She died. Car accident. She was 2 years old.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
And you were married just the once.
Came close another time.
Except we're going over the same details over and over again.
Maggie introduced us. It broke off. I can be hard to live with.
Yeah, I bet.
I lived in a little room, worked 4 nights a week. In between, I drink. And there ain't nobody there to stop me.
Sometimes you gotta get your head right. Might as well stop by.
Where are you?
Yes, it's this girl.
You gotta take your release where it finds you. In the end, it's for the good of the family.
I mean, do what you're gonna do, I guess, but that's a kind of crappy justification, in my opinion. Yeah, it's this girl. I knew it. I knew they had a vibe. It's ballsy of them to go to the office and do it. Whoa.
Flashbacks, neural damage from my time in the high-intensity drug trafficking area.
Should he be driving? I don't think he should be driving if he's seeing that.
I spent 4 years undercover. You know what that means?
Doing drugs?
How we doing, boys? Looking for a little bunny ranch. Know where we could find it?
No, sir. I'll tell you this. Russ had as sharp an eye for weakness as I ever seen.
I'll be right back.
What's he gonna do?
My bad, boys.
Oh, dang.
You remember where that little whorehouse is, huh?
Okay, so we just had to beat it out of them.
Take 353 south and never take a dirt fishing road to Bayou Chanel.
Getting it done.
Hello, ma'am. State CID. This your place?
It's my lease.
Something happened to a girl, and we need to know if any of you knew her.
Yeah, that's Dory.
Did something happen to Dory?
She was nice to me when I first came around. Gave me tips and stuff.
About what?
What do you think?
You got any idea where she might have been staying the last few weeks?
I don't. I guess maybe she got a new place. She'd been going to church.
Okay, church again. They need to find this church.
You said she left her bag. Can I see it?
Sure.
Ma'am, you've both been very helpful. We'll be in touch.
I closed my eyes and saw the king moving through the forest.
The king.
This is her diary, Marty. The king's children were marked. They became his angels. The Yellow King.
Yellow king.
Reads like fantasy.
Yeah, maybe it's just a story.
Oh, yeah. We got a lot of these type places.
Could be the church everyone mentioned.
Just check around for John and pick up the church on Monday.
No, church now. Everyone's mentioned the church. You should go there.
What's North Shore?
North Shore Psychiatric Hospital. I spent 4 months there.
You feel like talking about that?
Is that after his daughter died?
Sophia, from my daughter, she was on her tricycle in our driveway. We lived on a little bend in the road, and
Someone hit her?
anyway, afterwards, Claire and I turned on each other.
That'll kill a marriage, yeah.
Somewhere in there, Claire left. Somewhere in there, I emptied a 9 into a crankhead for injecting his daughter with crystal. Said he was trying to purify her.
Oh my god.
Killed 3 cartel men in the port of Houston. I took 325s in the side and ended up at North Shore.
So we got shot.
They offered me psych pension. I said, put me on the side somewhere. Louisiana is what they had.
Where's that case going? The big one.
Working it.
So that's a freaking nice piece of land.
Things like that didn't happen in these parts when I was young.
That's how it was, huh?
Nothing is going on. If I have a problem with someone, I talk to them.
Oh, I thought that was his dad. Okay, so it's her parents.
I think that you need to get your cable fixed.
You beat up on what you can't control. Makes it bad for everybody else.
How are the girls?
I got this lead. I wanted to check up on it.
They didn't tell me anything about it. This is family day.
I hope he's going to see a real lead and not going to see his mistress.
Okay, well, how about we all head back then?
All right, sweetheart.
Well, I guess no matter how beautiful the setting, if the company isn't great, it's not the best.
We've been through this. There is nowhere else I want to be.
I wonder if you even know you're lying.
I come home to one place where there's supposed to be peace.
It's not always that way. It's not supposed to be.
It's supposed to help me.
We do help you.
What do you want me to say?
Why don't you tell her the truth about the mistress?
Poor me, little whiny bull.
So what you're saying? That I'm trying to make you feel bad for me?
No, I think you're the greatest woman, and you're the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Sometimes I think you might have a penchant for self-pity.
You used to not be such a chicken shit, I swear.
Even your mom thinks you're a ball buster.
I mean, he's gaslighting her, though. She's right. She feels like something's off, because there is something off. He's cheating on her.
Tell the girls dinner.
Don't make her feel like she's crazy, man. She's right on the money. You're lying to her. It sucks because I don't want to not like his character, but if you're going to cheat, you know, that's your choice, but there are usually consequences.
Dinner time, kids.
Whoa, what the hell? Why were they doing that?
Sometimes I feel grateful. Doctor said she didn't feel a thing. Isn't that a beautiful way to go out? He spared me the sin of being a father.
Wow. I just, every time he's talking, I just can't, like, look away. I'm transfixed by him. His words are some kind of tragic poetry.
What's up?
There's been a rash of animal mutilations.
And they want to see what we have on the Lane case.
This task force is important to the commander and to the governor.
I feel like animal mutilations could be related.
I don't see a connection between 2 dead cats and a murdered woman.
Xerox all you want.
Which indicates you think I'm too thick to realize that y'all are trying to jam somebody up. You're on to something new.
So Cole didn't want to give it to the task force. Did you?
What are they looking for with Cole?
I did not.
Is he just covering for Cole there?
There's nothing out here.
According to this map, it should be within these few miles.
Maybe the church isn't even there.
Something up there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, there it is. She don't look good. Are they gonna find a clue? Oh, creepy bird swarm. Was that the symbol? Did you just see that in his mind? But was it real? Ah, I don't know what's real.
Fire must have happened a long time ago.
What are they gonna find in here? Anything? Nothing?
Okay. Place is trashed.
Yeah, back then, the visions. Most of the time, I was convinced I'd lost it.
Is he seeing something? If it's one of those teepees, I'm gonna lose it.
But there were other times.
The antlers.
I thought I was mainlining the truth of the universe.
This is a real slow burn. Okay guys, well that was episode 2 of True Detective, and like I said in my reaction, this one is a real slow burn. I can tell for sure this is going to be a slow going mystery solving, and that's because I think, because of where it's set, I think it's, the pace of it is directly related to the fact that it's in the South. I think the pace of the show is sort of mimicking the character of where it's set. It was a little bit about Cole and his hallucinations, his past, but to me the episode was more about Marty. You know, he's kind of a hypocrite. He's spouting, you know, family values and all of that. Meanwhile, you know, he has his young mistress. So yeah, I don't know, it's complicated. I think they're really building his character. He's a very interesting character. And then as for Cole, his whole monologue about his daughter, and then he said, you know, she got to go out as a child while she was happy. You know, the older we get, the more traumas we may end up going through. And if you had to choose your own death, I wonder if you would choose a happy moment in childhood painlessly. Cole is hard to pin down too. He's like a mystery. He's like just kind of a floating guy. He even said, I'm a floater. He just lives in a room with no furnishings. He doesn't have a family. He, you know, even his past, he's been all over the place. I can't quite, you know, we can't quite nail him down. Whereas, you know, in contrast, Marty has roots. He's a family man. He's raising a family. He's very Louisiana. This episode was less about the mystery of the crimes, and it was more about character building. It was interesting. I think we are seeing like a stark contrast between Cole and Marty. And you know, neither are all good and neither are all bad. And that's important. I'm glad that that's the case in this show, because it makes for really interesting, nuanced characters. It's easy to have a character that's all good and he's always good all the time and he never makes mistakes and he always does the right thing. And then a character that's all bad and is all evil and is only focused on evil and never does anything good. So yeah, I'm glad that we're seeing a lot of different sides of both of them. Today we're going to be checking out True Detective episode 3. Right at the end of the episode we saw that mural with like the antlers and stuff, so it seems connected. So I'm excited to see if this one goes a little deeper into the mystery here. Let's get into it. Here we go. True Detective episode 3.
He saw you in those dark corners. He heard those thoughts. You are a stranger to yourself. This world is a fail.
Parish FD said the church burned down 4 months earlier. A week later, they were in Franklin. Revival ministry. You can imagine what Mr. Charisma thought of that.
What do you think the average IQ of this group is, huh? He absorbs their dread with his narrative. Certain linguistic anthropologists think religion is a language virus, rewrites pathways in the brain, dulls critical thinking.
Well,
interesting.
For a guy who sees no point in existence, you sure fret about it a lot.
That's fair. See, Woody might not be as intelligent, but he's on the same level with him. Not everybody could counter Cole's character. They'd just be like, what are you talking about, man? But Woody Harrelson gets it. He just doesn't buy it.
Minister Terrier, you recognize this girl?
I don't know for sure. I don't remember the name. Came pretty regularly when we was in Eunice. But I can't be sure. We get around since then.
No, you're right. We saw her in Eunice. Tina might know her.
How long were you in Eunice?
About 6 months.
I'm always wondering what he's thinking. He's looking at every detail.
How long you been doing this?
Almost 20 years.
You with the church before that?
Independent evangelical.
So back in Eunice, who painted the mural?
Our children from our congregation painted.
Children?
Something happened to this girl. You looking for her?
We see the identification of your staff members.
You ever see her with anybody?
They don't think it was the preacher himself, do they?
Yeah, but I don't know if she was with him.
Well, can you describe him?
He was hunched forward, talking to her. Kind of a strange face, I think. Skin shiny around his jaw.
Like burned?
Like in a fire? I feel like we're getting farther away from the answers here.
Anything check out? For the most part.
Bert, you spent 2 years in Angola. Indecency, public exposure.
They gave me bad medicine. I didn't know. I paid for that.
What did you think happened?
Someone killed this girl and made a big show of it.
Was she raped, detective?
Yikes.
Why would you ask that?
Yeah, why would you?
If you speak to Bert alone, you'll be adequately convinced of his innocence, detective.
I could see this being some kind of retard job.
Nah, I don't think so.
It's not him. He did a deuce at the farm for Dick Wagon. Some bloods caught him in the shower, took his balls off with a razor.
Eesh.
I think we should move on. Tall man. Bert knew. He saw the tall man, too.
The tall man.
Looking back, you ever think maybe he tried to push things where he wanted them to go?
To what end? Are they accusing him?
As arrogant as he could be, he was right. That's how we got our man.
Yeah, but it's the wrong guy, right? I guess he doesn't know that yet, actually.
People get better.
I think I am better.
Maybe you just think you prefer it this way because it's what you're used to. You don't have to be afraid of loss. Those other guys I was telling you about, they get a dog, a fish.
They're becoming friends. That's interesting. Maybe that's why they have a falling out. I don't think Woody would like that very much.
Daddy! Hey.
How's your morning?
What's going on, Russ?
Brought the mower back.
Mow my yard?
Return the favor.
Trying to get Russ to stay for dinner.
Oh, yeah? Stay for dinner, Russ.
Don't stay for dinner.
I think I gotta get.
Sorry to hear that. I'll walk you out. What the hell do you think you're doing, man? At my house when I'm not here?
He's very possessive.
Just what you think I'd be doing over here. You're not around, Marty.
I just don't ever want you mowing my lawn.
See, the thing is, he's cheating, so he would expect that his wife would also cheat, or Cole would also cross that line, but I don't think he would. Maybe he would. I don't know. Maybe that's why they have the falling out.
Audrey, Mom and I want to talk to you about those drawings.
You don't have to get upset, honey, okay?
Well, where'd you see that before? Why'd you draw that?
The girls dared me to do it.
That upsets people, Audrey.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I wonder where she's seen this, though. I suppose kids nowadays can see all kinds of stuff on the internet. It's a different world.
I decided to put in some needed to get used.
Come on, I want him to find something. Jesus.
Maggie says he's shy.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, he has a date.
Hey, the devil.
Get her from Rusty.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, she thinks he's cute.
So, what is synesthesia?
It's a misalignment of synaptic receptors.
See colors with music and other stuff too.
Like sometimes I'll see a color and it'll put a taste in my mouth, a texture, a scent may put a note in my head.
Oh no.
I'll be right back.
What's he gonna do? Right in front of his wife too. Don't you dare go over there. Be cool, man. Your wife is right there.
What are you doing?
I'm on a date, aren't you?
You gonna go home with this guy?
Yeah, maybe she is, man. You're not married to her.
Look, is this your way of trying to talk divorce?
I don't want to marry you. That's my whole point. Let's just run its course.
It hasn't. Come here. Have a shot.
I don't think he's gonna take that very well. What is he making?
I've never been in a room more than 10 minutes. I didn't know whether the guy did it or not. How long does it take you?
See, like the subtext there is he's asking, can you tell yet if I'm guilty?
Go home. I don't want this. Get out!
Dude.
Stop!
Jesus.
Get off! Stop it!
Marty, you gotta rein it in.
That's why I always said I think Russ needed a family. It's boundaries. Boundaries are good.
Look at him just talking boundaries. Meanwhile, the juxtaposition there is really jarring.
Let's go.
Rust. Steve Geraci said he caught something and needed help. I almost called the station, but what's the point? You know, they lie. I gotta put you on the spot. You know if it's true.
I didn't hear anything. And but then again, I wouldn't. I mean, Geraci wouldn't pull me. He hates me.
You drop Jen at home?
Yeah. I walked her to the door.
I think you guys would be good together if you gave it a chance. You guys don't give things chances. I don't know why that is.
Because we know what we want. And we don't mind being alone. Morty will be home. Take care.
They're having an interesting little friendship.
I found one. I think another girl.
Says here that her death was accidental.
In the posterior.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know if I can sell it.
2 days. We dig in this direction.
Well, that symbol should sell it.
I think we got a break in the case, boss.
I thought you were handing that off. 2 days, then it goes to task force.
Hey, think man can love 2 women at once?
Here we go.
I don't think that man can love. At least not the way that he means.
You wonder ever you're a bad man?
No, I don't wonder, Morty. The world needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door.
Yeah, like, it's one thing to, like, cheat on your wife and do the kind of stuff Marty's doing, but it's another thing to be the kind of man doing the crimes of the guy that they're searching for. Like, we're talking about 2 different levels of being a good and bad person. Marty is a good person. He's just making some mistakes.
When's the last time you saw your granddaughter?
She left 4 years ago. Wasn't surprised they found her like that.
She had a boyfriend you know about?
And she took up with that Ledoux fella. I ain't never had nobody ask me about him before.
The Ledoux family, they still live around here?
Oh, maybe a cousin or 2.
So you got a full name on that Ledoux boy?
Reggie Ledoux.
Hey, where'd Rhiannon go to school?
Lighter weight.
Do you have anything of hers, anything give us an idea what she might have been like?
What you boy looking all this up for? I ain't no idiot. You telling me she ain't done drowned?
We don't know that, sir. He ended up having a little box of her stuff.
The school's small.
Rhiannon, Olivia, here she is. 10th grade.
The school was part of Tuttle's foundation.
And I feel like they're really chasing a lot of pretty wild leads here.
This place shut down in '92, right?
Yeah, the way I heard it.
Do you work here then?
No, sir, I work for the parish.
I-23, I got comeback on your R&I. Reginald Ledoux.
I only been coming here the last few months.
Thanks, Jason.
Go, bud. Sounds like he needs you.
R&I just came back. 93, he's busted in connection to a narcotics lab to make meth and LSD, which Dora Lang and Rhiannon were full of.
Right.
Okay.
And guess who his cellmate was?
Charlie Lang.
I gotta give you this one.
Is this it, though?
I need an all-state APB on one Reginald Ledoux. Be advised, detain on site. Over.
Something's not right here, though.
Man, that place, it reminded me of my pop talking about Nan.
What? Who is this psycho? Okay, guys, well, that was True Detective, episode 3, and that was a good one. I'm really loving how thoughtful and introspective and philosophical this whole show is. I really love Cole's character especially. I find him super interesting, and I think the contrast between Cole's character in 1995 and Cole's character in the present is so stark. I'm really curious what happened. In 1995, it seems like he's a bit more conflicted about being in this life of solitude, whereas in the present, I feel like he's fully committed to it. That is his life. He will not have a family. He doesn't want that, nor does he feel like he needs it or anyone needs it, or yeah, he's just so bleak. His monologues are so dark and pessimistic, to say the least. But there's like a kernel of truth in all of them that make all of us have to say, yeah, he might be right. He might be right, but that's really sad if that's what life is then, you know? Yeah, this was just like a really introspective episode. I think we saw a little bit more contrast in Cole's character too. You know, in the last episode, he got answers by, you know, beating that guy over the head with like a toolbox. Whereas this week, he got answers from a guy by getting into his head. And I think that's probably his greatest skill, is the psychology aspect of his police work. Man, he's so interesting. He really is. I really like Marty too as a character as well. I think he's very interesting, multi-dimensional. He's making me think a lot about, you know, being a good person and being a bad person. It's not black and white. I mean, up to a point. I think, you know, you can cheat and lie and, you know, maybe steal and those sorts of things. And those are all bad. Yes, they're bad. Maybe they make you kind of a bad person, kind of a bad seed. But true evil, like a truly evil person, a truly bad person is, you know, the kind of people that they hunt, the killers. And I really think when Cole said the world needs bad men to keep the other bad men from coming in the door, that's true. And the show really makes me think. It's all very deep, and I really, really love this show so far. No matter what happens with the mystery and the crime, that's all kind of secondary to the other things that are going on in this show, which is, you know, a study of being alive. This show is more a philosophical look at life, at good and evil, at the idea of being alive and a human, and what you need and what you don't need, what you think you need. I don't know. It's really, really cool. Today we're going to be checking out True Detective episode 4. The show is like living rent-free in my head, so I want to get right into it. Let's go. Episode 4, True Detective.
Reggie Ledoux.
Y'all ain't asked nothing about Reggie.
You had Reggie Ledoux take her out, didn't you?
What are you talking about, man? Reggie Ledoux did this?
Oh, he looks surprised. He looks pissed.
We're not gonna give you the Oscar no matter how hard you try.
I mean, maybe he's faking it, but he looks pretty pissed.
You talk about it to him?
The way you do sharing the house.
Showed him pictures of her.
I guess so, yeah. I had some.
Tell me about Ledoux. What kind of shit was she talking?
He said that there's this place all these rich men go to devil worship, sacrifice kids and whatnot, women and children. Something about some place called Carcosa and the Yellow King.
Yeah, the Yellow King, yeah.
Reggie got this brand on his back, like in a spiral. He says that's their sign.
That's our man.
Do you remember any buddies he ever talked about?
We both know Tyrone Weems. Tyrone might could tell you where he's at.
That's a rough sell. Oof.
You think because I talked to him about Dory that I might have got her killed?
You probably had something to do with it. I don't think you should have shown him those pictures.
Giving it to him straight. Could have just said, no, man, don't worry about it.
I approached the house, seeing that the screen door was broken and the inner door ajar. I felt that entrance complied with standard procedure.
She's the court reporter. I forgot that.
You don't get to do what you did to me last week.
I was hurt and real drunk.
Real drunk, but that's not okay.
I wish you a great life. Good luck with your new friend.
Does he really, though?
You don't get to act like that, Marty.
Is it just because he was drunk? He was off the rails? When he's sober, he's more like, it's fine.
Tyrone hadn't been around in a while. We got a fight because he sold my microwave.
Yeah, what about his friends? You know they...
I don't know, he dated this girl, Kelsey, for a little while.
Kelsey, when's the last time you saw Tyrone?
We've been broke up. I don't ever hear from him.
She leaving? She wants him to leave? Oh, dear Marty, get out of here. Here's your bags. What is it? Read it. Oh, he's pissed, yep. What is it? What is it?
I told you can't treat people like this.
I just need to know what you told her.
Oh, I didn't think she was gonna do that.
Is Maggie there?
That's none of your goddamn business.
I don't know what she told you.
Alone.
Put her on the phone for me.
No, you are no damn good, Marty.
I mean, here's the thing. I like Marty. I think he's a nice enough guy, but I do think that was a mistake, and the wife does deserve better.
You know the detective's curse. Solution was right under my nose. I was paying attention to the wrong clues.
Solution's right under his nose, and he's paying attention to the wrong clues. So he's just following this girl. He doesn't believe her. He's drinking and driving. Marty needs some glow sticks. All right, Marty, what do you think you're gonna find here? Maybe he's onto something, but I feel like you just said, chasing the wrong clue.
Reggie Ledoux.
Yeah,
Where is he now?
I heard he still cook. He only cook for one client now, some bike gang.
Which fight club?
Iron Heroes or some
Ledoux is cooking.
for some motorcycle gang out of Texas.
Iron Crusaders. You sure you said Iron Crusaders?
He knows them?
So we'll chase that tomorrow, yeah?
Where is he?
Right now, I'm busy.
Right now he's busy, huh?
I had to take some personal time. See my dad.
Oh, he's looking for his wife. Leave her alone at work, man.
She came to my home. Our daughter saw her.
Jesus Christ, listen to me, Max. I stopped.
Oh, bullshit.
You can't fix
me.
this.
God, listen to me.
Take your hands off me. You need to get out of our lives, Marty. You
don't
can't come
mean
home.
that.
Yes.
You don't mean that.
Yes, I do.
You are not going to break up my family.
You're right, Maggie. Sir, I suggest you leave.
Sometimes when you cheat on someone, they look at you differently. There's nothing you can do about it, man.
You're making a scene, Marty.
No, there is no scene. I'm calmly discussing a private matter.
Easy.
It's none of your fucking business.
Hey, Marty, I got a line on the do. I need you. Can we leave this shit till later?
Well, that de-escalated it.
I ain't giving up.
Come on. They're buddies.
That bike club. I know him.
I knew it. He knows them.
Really gotta love this jacket I got. Plan is we make him an offer, get a line on their supplier, confirm it's Ledoux, bring him in. All right, it's just you and me on this.
So they're going off book. It seems dangerous. What is he doing?
What is that?
Ink and cayenne. Here, taste this again. Looks contused.
Oh, like he's been shooting up?
All I need now is some good coke.
Where you gonna get that?
Steal it from work?
So you got a suspect and take a leave of absence.
Like I said, to see my pops.
So they are suspicious about this part.
Away like a little. Are you alright?
That was a lot.
We looked at your old partner's history. Near as we could tell, his pops never had leukemia. Nobody in that town, Alaska, seen Travis Cole in more than 30 years.
So they did check up on him.
Guy I used to run with, he wants to meet me tonight. Phone's fully charged. I'm the only one that's gonna be calling. Yeah. Keep it charged.
This seems really dangerous. I feel like he's not just gonna be able to walk back in there and then find Ledoux. That's too easy.
If you lose track of me tonight, keep this handy and be listening to Beaumont police channels.
All right, let's do this.
Crash here, Virginia.
Past 2 years, I've been working security for a group. Feds never ID'd me, so I figured, hell, 2 years passed. It's cool for me to come back, stick my head out.
Thinking you've been dead this whole time.
I don't know if they're gonna buy this.
Boys I've been running with could be a hell of a deal. Money to be made.
What kind of money?
Is this part of the plan, him going in?
Do something just for you.
Something just for me.
Now, who exactly are these guys?
Ex-Mex Army. Need meth for the maquiladores.
Pretty good liar.
Taste that, homie.
God damn. The thing is, I need something from you. I had a four-man team for a big grab.
Uh-oh.
I need a good soldier.
This isn't part of the plan. This is not gonna be good, I don't think.
Then we can talk about doing business.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a friend. Hey, I'm worried that he might have started drinking.
Okay, at least he saw him. Okay, it's going off site. Go around and follow the boat down the river.
Name's Tiger Thomas, dealer in them Houston projects. They keep a stash house there. Get the gear, Midge.
This is gonna be so dangerous. Oh, they're dressing up like...
Banana bag plan. Come on.
I don't think that guy's a very convincing cop. Is he gonna hear something about it? He's just reading a novel. I don't know what's gonna happen. Something crazy is gonna happen.
Put it down. Lamar. Sheriff's Department. Drop it.
I don't want to see anybody get shot.
Ginger. All right, 30 seconds in and out, 30 seconds in and out.
It's Christmas time, Crash. We got this.
The animals have been.
There's no way they can get back to the car.
Don't fire.
Things are escalating. Get out of there.
What are you doing, man?
What is he doing? Gonna call Marty?
Marty, I need you to be at Amelia Street.
Well, leave the other guy. You don't. I mean, I guess they need him to question him.
90 seconds. Right there.
Get everywhere, man.
This is chaos. Marty gonna find them or what? Well, thank God they went that way. Is that Marty?
Go, go, go.
Oh my God. That was just like stunning. That was so intense. They got out of there just in time. Damn. Okay guys, well that was True Detective episode 4. And that one was really different than the other ones, like very different. Obviously, they weren't even in Louisiana for a lot of it. They went down to Texas and they were involved in all that biker gang stuff. So just felt really different, but I think it was really good. It felt different too because, you know, we didn't have those long interrogation scenes like we've had in the other ones. We didn't really get any long monologues from Rust at all. And I think that was partly because this episode was all about him getting into character of how he used to be when he was infiltrating those gangs. I was kind of stunned by the whole thing, especially the last part where they were going to raid the house and it didn't go well and then they had that chase all through the neighborhood. Was that all one shot? Because I was just sitting there like, I can't believe what's happening. This is bananas. I couldn't even really register it all, but it was brilliant. And now that I'm thinking about it, was it all one shot? Because if so, that's insane. I'm gonna watch it back and see if that was all one shot, because that will blow my mind if it was. I guess the other part of this episode then was sort of Marty is dealing with the fallout from the cheating and all of that. So it's amusing to me that he's sleeping at Rust's house. I find that kind of amusing, but I think Rust is probably right. Although he might have just been saying that to Marty to make him feel better so that he could focus and like do his job, because he's highly distracted by everything going on at home. But Rust did tell him like, I think she's softening. I think you guys are gonna get back together. So I think that's probably true. But you know, this show is extremely surprising, so you never know. And then yeah, we did see in the present, the cops now interrogating the two are still focusing a lot on like holes in Rust's story. So they're suspicious of him for something, whether it's just that he did a crappy job on the case and they're trying to figure it out, or whether they suspect something more than that. I'm not sure, but they definitely are really looking at like what he did in the past and where he went wrong, especially Rust, not so much Marty. They're kind of asking Marty questions about Rust. I wonder where we're gonna go from here, because we left Louisiana. We didn't even really deal with any of the mystery. This episode took like a complete side turn. I don't even know if they're gonna solve the mystery at this point. Maybe they will. I hope they will. This was a really good one, especially that last little bit. That was like, it felt like a completely different show. The pace was so different. It was so quick and so speedy, and the camera was all over the place and they were running. Yeah, it was really different pace than the whole rest of the show has been. And I think that's because, again, like when we're in Louisiana, we have that slow pace because Louisiana is basically a character on the show. And then we leave Louisiana and we're picking up the pace and we're in Texas and we're doing something else, and you know, it makes total sense. So yeah, I'm very curious to see where we go from here. This show, man, so cool. Really looking forward to the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time too. And I will see you next time. Bye guys.